Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this week we're going to pick up on the fourth week of the Braxton family value. Now the sisters are at the restaurant and they're still talking about Jayson's arrest. Now apparently Jayson showed up at Trina's house in handcuffs. Now I never really got clarity on why he ended up in jail in the first place. But Trina really didn't give much details on his arrest. Now, the sad thing is Trina really seemed overwhelmed by this situation. Poor Trina. I mean, it seemed like in every situation, even with, Gabe, she went back and forth with Gabe and all that terrible situation. Poor Trina. Can't catch a break. Now, Trina did allude to the fact that Jayson could have dabbled in some criminal activities in the past. Now, we don't know what and how far he went with those activities. Now, the whole situation seemed a bit sketchy to me. I'm not sure about you guys, but it really did to me when I put my detective hat on. Now, okay, in the next scene, Trina takes the sisters to a painting. Now, the challenge was that they showcase a painting of the person sitting across from them. Now, Tamar had to do Tony, and Tony had to do Tamar. Now, I really thought Tamar really brought it when she showcased that painting of Tony in that bird cage. Now, we all know who she's dating, that mogul, whatever you call him, that rapper, Birdman. Poor Birdman. He can't catch a break when it comes to those sisters. I really thought that was too funny when Tamar did that. She really brought it. Now, okay, in the next scene, which is a little bit more serious, okay, Andre, he goes out and he seeks the advice from his attorney. Now, she expresses that it would be in his best interest, which any good attorney would, to go to counseling, because he's trying to build a solid case for him so he can get full custody of those kids. Now, I must say, I was taken aback by the fact that he was receptive of the idea, and by the fact that he would say on national TV that I'll just go and make myself look good. I mean, I'm like, really? Really, Andre? Okay. I know sometimes they have to beef these scenes up to, to make them, good for TV. But still, you are fighting a court case. But, okay, Andre. Okay, now, even though I am Team Andre, now there is no reason, in my opinion, to have full custody when you have two able, stable parents in a home. Now, I do think that they should, even though Towanda stays on the road a lot, but she is the ultimate breadwinner, and I'm hoping they both are good parents. But I do think they should have joint custody of those kids. Now, in today's society, I mean, it's not unusual for both parents to work out in the workforce. Now, both my parents worked, and I think they did a very good job raising my sister and myself. So it's not unusual for, you see both parents work. Now, back when our grandparents, great grandparents was coming up, maybe, you know, the grandmother stayed home, or however that was back in that day. But but they can effectively manage their careers, and they can raise successful, grounded children. They really can. Not patting my parents on the back, but they can raise successful, grounded children. Okay, now I did find it rewarding. You know, I do. I do find it rewarding for me to be able to go out in the workforce, and however, but I do prefer my husband to be the ultimate breadwinner. I really do. Now, I must throw that out there as well. Now, I think, you know, this is what really went wrong with Towanda and Andre's relationship. I really do. Now, you may agree or disagree with me. Now, since Andre already asked for properties, now I think the next thing he'll ask for is spousal support. Now, I really do. Now, also, Towanda mentioned that she was afraid that if Andre got full custody, that he would be spiteful and keep her kids from her. Now, for some reason, I honestly don't think he would do that. I don't know Towanda or Andre, but I really don't think he will honestly keep those kids from her. But I do think this is going to be a very messy situation. And in the end, you know, the kids suffer when the parents actually do things like this. Now, in the next scene, Tamar invites her sisters. And of course, Mother E tags along. She invites them to the studio to listen to her new song, My Man. Now, I haven't actually heard the song, but I'm told that it is a really, really great song. Now, however, I do not understand why a daughter would put her parents' marital problems out on a song. But, hey, I guess anything for $1 bill. Whatever. Now, did you see the look on Mrs. E's face as she's listening to the song? Okay. Alright, but at the end of the song, the mother, Mrs. E, she gave the daughters a little insight on what really happened. She was like, now this is not the case. Tamar knows that the lady stole my man. She said, actually, what Mr. Braxton did, he wanted to be with this woman. He sat and cried that I love her, I love you, but I'm in love with her. And that has to be hurtful, painful. Now, this divorce has seemed to have haunted Miss E for many, many years. And I guess it isn't something you can just get over, you know. Now, the thing is, also, he brought these women into their home. Oh, I just can't even imagine. Now, she still has a long way, I'm sure, to go for the healing process. Now, it seems, but we'll just have to keep Mrs. E and the Braxton family in our prayers. Now, it seems now that the sister brings up the idea to Mrs. E that Mr. Braxton wants to bring his wife on the Mexico trip. Terrible, terrible idea. But Mrs. Braxton let those girls know she wants no part in this idea. She don't want to even share a space with these people. She said, do I make myself clear? And I don't blame you, Mrs. E. So this concerns the sisters, okay? Because Trina went down that road with Mr. Braxton when he chose his wife over her and didn't show up to her wedding. So we'll see what really actually happened in the next episode of the Braxton Family Value, because they are moving this episode so slow. But hey guys, you know what? This brings me to the end of my review. And if you haven't seen this show, what have you been doing? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.